headliners. So, I was wrong. I forgot that TV gods have taken over football gods, and the Red River rivalry.
Yeah, there we go.
Shootout. No, will not be at noon. It will be at 3:30.
I did not know that.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Breaking news, telling folks what they need to know, because I thought that was always a nooner. At the Texas State Fair.
That part's still true.
Nobody stopped me. No, Coach Mack. It's called the State Fair of Texas.
Oh.
I heard that on the show, that they don't want it called the Texas State Fair. It's the State Fair of Texas. We got to make sure we say everything correctly, okay?
Do they sing the Eyes of Texas?
Every 30 minutes. Yes. You have to stop what you're doing, put your horns over your heart.
Did you just see Coach do the horns down?
He's canceled.
Buddy, they're coming after you.
I hope.
As we speak.
Jerry, can you edit that off our TV screen? We don't need Coach Mack getting
Black
canceled.
it out.
You'll never call an SEC game again.
Been a few years anyway.
Oh, man. Yeah, that game's at 3:30. And I heard a good point, too. You always hear throw out the records. Sometimes you don't need to throw out the records. Like, a good team is going to beat a bad team. But this one is wacky, no matter who's favored, who's playing, who's coaching. It seems to always be a really good game.
Yeah, it does. It's been crazy, and there are several rivalry games like that. Auburn, Alabama, it doesn't really matter. They play some incredible games when one team's not good. Even Georgia and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was in the top 10 one time, and a losing record Georgia team beat them. They've had some crazy games too, but this one is wild. And that's why 14.5 points seems like an awful lot in a game that's crazy.
Yeah,
I remember the Caleb Williams coming out party in this game a couple years ago, where we found out about the true freshman Caleb Williams.
Mac, we are we at the point now where, with all these teams losing, is Texas right now ahead of everybody? But I'm kind of just waiting on them to have a slip up at this point. Like, are they really going to run through everybody?
Here's the question related to that is, will they overlook Oklahoma looking forward to the Georgia game?
Georgia. Is there a bye anywhere, or is that the following week?
I'm not sure.
Chandler,
I think it's
Jared,
the next game.
Get on that. Look that up. You know what, Chandler? Don't worry about it.
I was looking up their remaining schedule.
Georgia's next week.
Yeah.
Wait, so you had it on the page?
Yes.
Why didn't you say anything?
Well, I didn't know what you said because I was looking at it and I can't multitask.
So you're good at finding the information. You're just not.
I was up there before you even asked to do it because I was ready to go down the rest.
He's literally on the page.
Yeah.
Radio, you have to actually.
You got to speak, man.
Yeah, you have to say it.
Thank you, Jared.
Oh man,
good question, Coach Mack. Overlooking your rival in the Red River Shootout rivalry. No, I don't think they'll overlook them, but it's a crazy game. Where's Georgia at? Texas at? Where's that game?
That's at in Texas.
Attaboy. At a boy.
Then they go to at Vanderbilt.
Now, Coach Mack, now we got a problem. Are they overlooking Oklahoma and Georgia to Vandy? Oh boy, man, how cool would that be, a Vandy student? And you're like, hey, we might stink, whatever, but we got Bama and Texas at home this year.
Yeah,
like, what a year! And
you check off Bama. Let's get another goalpost in the river.
Yeah. All right, Coach Mack, what do these three games have in common? Penn State at USC, Ole Miss at LSU, and Ohio State at Oregon.
The visitor is favored in every one of them by 3.5.
That is interesting. Which one of those 3.5 visitors do you like the most?
I think the way USC played, I should like Penn State the most. But,
yeah.
So I guess if I had to rank them, I would like Penn State the most, Ohio State next, Ole Miss I'm a little shaky.
I would be shaky too, but I've heard a lot of folks question if LSU is worthy of the number beside their name at this point.
Yeah, well, you can say that about everybody.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Who is?
Should we even have rankings at this point?
No, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. But somebody's going to do it, even if you say, okay, no rankings till the college football playoff rankings come out.
I want to do something real quick. Chandler, can you? I'm going to tap you in. You take over the rest of for about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I just need you and Mac to go for 3 minutes.
All right.
Starting now.
Let's see. What do we want?
How about let's criticize Clip's Outsiders games to watch?
Outsiders games to watch. He has Coastal Carolina at James Madison.
That the little luster off that game. Coastal not very good. James Madison losing to the Warhawks or whoever. Louisiana Monroe. ULM.
General Booty.
Yep, last week. And App State, not nearly as good as usual. Struggling a lot, and they're at Louisiana, who is still pretty good. But you know what happens when you have a weak slate? We get crazy scores.
That's right. That's what we saw that last week.
Even though these games aren't good, look out in the group of 5.
Now, if you did have to replace these games with another one, what is the game that kind of intrigues you on the Outsiders?
Gee whiz.
Coach Mack's a Power 4 guy. He don't know the answer to this. He looks down at the group
The Outsiders?
Yeah.
Not really.
That's a joke. I know. I only have 2 up here because there's not a lot of good ones. There's really no good ones this week.
There were actually no good ones.
We're going to have to
Maybe
wait.
we should have left that blank.
Maybe I should have left it out. Good point. All right. I'm almost done with my exercise here. Let me find one more. And I will ask a question to Jarrett. I'll ask everybody. Jarrett, I'll start with... You know what? I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to start with Mac McCarthy. All right, Coach Mac. I'll be able to do this week because I don't have to work on Saturday. So I'll get to choose whether I want to watch my 4-pack of games on Saturday or 4-pack on Sunday. Would you rather watch Texas, Oklahoma, Penn State, USC, Ole Miss, LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, or Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, Bills, Jets, 49ers, Seahawks?
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. I think you could list any 8 teams.
I know.
You could list any 8 teams.
Yeah, you're a college guy.
I'm a college guy.
All right, Chandler, you got the same question. Texas, Oklahoma, Penn State, USC, Ole Miss, LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, or Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, Bills, Jets, Niners, Seahawks. This is the only football you can watch all weekend. Outside of this, you're doing other things, but you can watch these 4 games Saturday or these 4 games Sunday.
I got to go with college football.
Okay. Is that your true answer?
Yes.
With or without Mac McCarthy here threatening you?
I promise.
Okay. Coach, put the gun down. Let the man just answer.
Please, I have a family.
It's an implied gun. It's not a real gun.
All right. Hey, good for you, man. I look at you kind of as an NFL guy, but I feel like even these segments have built your love.
Well, see, I get to watch NFL every Sunday. I don't get to watch
very good
college
point.
football.
You are on the road. You're at the game.
Yeah, so I'll be excited to be able to sit down and watch wall-to-wall football on Saturday.
Jarrett.
I'm an NFL guy, so I'm going that, but this is a bad week to compare. The college football slate is juiced.
Yes. I knew Jarrett would go NFL, but even he is struggling because of the headliners this week.
Also, where's Raiders Steelers? That's a storied rivalry.
Well, we're not getting in a time machine, so if we're going back,
Terry Bradshaw is not going to walk through that door.
Good.
Zach, I know what you're going to say, but you can say it anyway.
College.
Yeah. All right, there you go. I mean, my team's in it, so I got to go NFL. So I'm biased on this. Chandler, you did bring up an interesting point. If Washington's 1-4 right now, how do I feel
about the NFL as a whole? Probably not good.
Yeah,
you would not care.
But Mac, I like them both. I love them both.
Okay, that's fair.
I love football.
You like sports?
Sports are great.
I think the emotion is way more prevalent in the college game. The fans, the atmosphere, and I know there's some stadiums in the NFL that do a great job, and there's some passionate Bills fans and the crazy Raider fans and the Packer fans. I know all about that, but the fact that you also have 134 college football teams too makes a difference.
So
But you're bound to get some great games.
That argument there, or that statement there, I feel that way about the sport of basketball. I like college basketball 100 times more than the NBA. How the NBA, the I don't know if the product's better. The players are better. They barely miss shots. If you go to like an NBA like shoot around, go to a game, they don't miss in the pregame. It's pretty incredible. Little different out there at if you go to a college game, but the atmospheres, the passion, all that makes college basketball more fun to watch, in my opinion. But with football, for some reason, I'm not quite there yet, where I still like them both for what they are. But they almost are completely different sports. Although now the NFL looks more like college than it ever has.
What, just like
shotgun,
amateurism,
pistol,
spread, like offenses kind of wide open and stuff?
I was thinking because of a watered down product.
Could be.
Not a lot of great quarterbacks right now.
Yeah. I mean, I can think of one off the top of my head.
I meant great quarterback play.
Jaden Daniels. Speaking of Jaden Daniels, he won the Heisman last year, Coach Mack. Heisman stock watch. Zach, you want to jump in on this? Ashton Jeanty. Is that his name?
Jeanty.
Gene. So he's got 1,000 rushing yards.
1,031
through 5 games.
Yeah.
16 touchdowns on 95 carries.
And he doesn't play the whole game?
He has played the first half of 2 of those games only.
I mean, that is pretty insane.
He has more. Oops, sorry. He has more rushing yards than ECU has total.
Okay, that's enough.
Sorry, that's a lot of teams. That applies for a lot of people, not just ECU. Just saying.
Should Cam Ward's stock go up, Coach Mack, if
Yes.
they're trailing by 25 in the fourth quarter to Cal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he personally won the game.
Yeah. Who's the quarterback? Was it Phillip Rivers or? Yeah, I think it was Phillip Rivers. They used to talk about, he's got all these comebacks. Well, yeah, he has to come back because he throws 2 interceptions in the first half.
Because his team sucks.
And because he put him there. But you're giving Cam Ward props for what he did.
Yeah, on the road, 2 games in a row where he was,
Pretty much.
made spectacular plays, and he is the reason they won, and they're still undefeated now. You can complain about the fact that they barely won the last 2 games, and had they not had a little help from the officials in both games, they may not have been in that situation. But yeah, I think he's still the front runner, and obviously Milroe and your boy Nico, who you had the futures on.
Done. Milroe still.
Yeah, he hasn't played a great game this year. He played great in the bowl game last year, but there are still others who have a chance. From Beck to Dart to Gabriel and Milroe could get back in it too.
No doubt. I was going to ask you some other names. Dart, Gabriel. Anybody? Is there a Jaden Daniels this year this was, again, about the time, maybe even a little earlier, where you said, could this LSU quarterback win the Heisman? Is there anybody, is there a dark horse even at this point, or is it all just the big names fighting each other?
I'd say Cam Ward's the closest thing to it, Jaden Daniels, because Jaden Daniels was the entire offense at LSU, and that's almost what Cam Ward is, aside from that one tight end he has.
They had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas.
Oh, well, yeah.
Without Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors wouldn't have gone as high.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You guys take over. I like this. And Miami, the way they're playing, is not going to run the table. They're going to lose at some point. So, how many losses can Miami have for Ward to win? And Coach, with all these big teams and big players knocking each other off, it helps Jeanty to perhaps he'll get the invite, but will they pull the trigger and give it to him?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And he's not going to be on the national stage nearly as much as these other people in high profile games.
And Barry Sanders has the record for most rushing yards. We looked it up yesterday. Is it 26 something?
26 million.
It's crazy.
He was close to 3,000 yards.
Someone posted a comparison earlier today. Somewhere on Twitter, and Gene-T's only like 30 behind his game
Like the
5.
pace?
Yeah.
So
he's there.
That's nuts. Yeah. And Mac McCarthy joining us. All right, top 10, top 25 picks last week. I had Michigan losing to Washington and UNLV losing to Syracuse, 2-0 for me.
Look at you.
Look at me, running me to 7-5. Coach Mack had UNLV losing to Syracuse, had Miami falling to Cal, and you were right for 39 minutes plus, or 59 minutes plus in that game. But Miami gets the win. Your record is 7-5. Chon had Michigan losing to Washington and Texas A&M losing to Missouri, and the Aggies put it all over the Tigers. He has 2 games back as we head into this week, week 7. And should I be fancy or be smart, Coach Mack?
You're a fancy guy.
I'm neither. I'm going to choose to be fancy here. And I'm going to, instead of going with one of the big games and probably making the smarter, easier pick, I'm going to go with Colorado, knocking off Kansas State. Buffs playing well. K-State, fine, decent team. But this is 10-15. This is like after every big game. We're going to need a palate cleanser. We're going to need something to kind of settle down with. But this one won't be a settle-down game because it's going to be up and down the field, a lot of points. And Colorado is going to beat Kansas State Saturday night. So give me the Buffs over the Wildcats for my top 25 team to go down. Mac.
This one is one of the bigger layups of the year, Oklahoma.
Yep. John?
I was going to go Colorado too, but I'm not going to choose the same one as you. I'm going to go... give me Colorado. I was going to go Cal over Pittsburgh, but cross-country travel, I don't know if I want to do that. Give me Colorado. I like them.
All right.
Which is crazy because we were talking about, where does Colorado go from here?
Crime's done.
Bury Colorado.
They'll probably lose this game. But I wanted to be fancy. I'm surprised you didn't go with the layup. You went out of the layup line.
I saw Colorado at home, and I like them.
All right. Top 10 team to lose. My Nico ticket is burned, Coach Mack. My national championship ticket is still alive and will still be alive after this game with the expanded playoff. But I'm saying this is the Buckeyes' year. And I'm going to say they go to Oregon and knock off the Ducks on Saturday night. Give me Ohio State over Oregon. Coach Mack.
I like that one a lot, although I think I'm more with my heart than my head with thinking LSU is going to beat Ole Miss, and I don't have a lot of confidence in Lincoln Riley, even though they're at home against Penn State. I'm going to go with you.
All right, and Sean,
the little points racing.
I'll go LSU over Ole Miss at home in Death Valley.
Good choice.
The lane train derails. All right, Coach Mack, we've got 1 minute left. Who won in Talladega?
Recky Stenhouse.
That's right. You said that yesterday, Jared. Recky won. That's pretty appropriate, right?
He is awfully good at the super speedways, and he was in the right place at the right time. And of course, Keselowski did his usual job and caused the huge wreck, and then still almost won. So things were all normal in Talladega.
Where are we at this weekend?
The Roval, which is absolute gimmick. 100% hate it.
Jared?
Yeah, same. It sucks.
So who are the favorites, like Chase Elliott, or who are the...
I'm thinking Allmendinger, so maybe Truex.
Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, him too. Just nobody in the playoff.
All right. There we go. Coach Mack, enjoyed it, man.
Fun. Thank y'all.
What do you do on Saturdays? Do you have like a spot where you watch everything, or does Miss McCarthy have you doing stuff? Like, what's your Saturday like?
No. She doesn't bother me. She prepares all the appetizers.
Oh, man. Good setup.
We
Good
do
deal.
it. We do a menu ahead of time.
What you got this week?
What comes out at noon? What comes out at 2? What comes out at 4?
You've got your schedule?
Yeah.
I want to see that one
Doesn't
week.
everybody have it?
No, you've got it.
Can we come over this Saturday?
Who's got it better than Mac?
Nobody.
That's awesome right there. Thank you, Coach.